Hello, everyone out there in the multiverse. I am Dan.
And I'm Drea, and we own Multiverse Comics in Culpeper, Virginia. And today we're doing something a little bit different. I actually brought a piece of my literature life here to the comic book store. So this is a TBR jar. If you're familiar with BookTube at all, you know TBR jars. But basically, what this is a bunch of prompts. There's a little over 200 prompts because I have over 400 books that I need to read. So I figured this would be a nice way to get myself prompted to do it. And I thought, why not bring it to the comic book store and utilize that for me to read some comics that I may not be familiar with. And so what's going to happen is Dan is going to pick a prompt. He's going to read the prompt and then find a comic book that matches that prompt. And then I'm going to read the comic book and then tell you guys what I think of that particular comic. And we're not necessarily saying it has to be the first issue of anything. It may be the most recent issue. Because that is actually one of the great things about comics is you can read the most recent issue, even of a arc or a miniseries, and still kind of get the idea. Yeah. They build in backstory without it seeming clunky, and comics are famous for that, or at least really good ones. And we only carry really good ones.
Yeah.
So with that said, pick a prompt, any prompt. Not that one. No, that's fine.
Alright, let's see what we got here. Goddess of the Hearth. Hearth. Reading a book featuring a found family.
Right, so found family would be that it's not blood family, it's family that became your family because of circumstances.
I got a perfect one.
Okay, hang on.
Alright, right here. Runaways.
All right.
Yes.
All right, so Dan chose Runaways, which it's been a while since I've actually read this particular series. Interestingly enough, when Dan and I first met, this was the comic series that we kind of bonded over because I hadn't really read a whole lot of comics at that point. I had read a few, but I didn't have any that I was really invested in. And so he gave me the first two series of Runaways for me to read, and so I read their origins, and then of course we watched the TV show. It was promising, but then it turned out to be just another show for me. I didn't love it. I didn't love some of the character choices that they made, but so here I am at like number 32. Gonna read this now because it fits the found family theme, and let's see what I think of it. So it did fit the found family. There's actually a part where two of the characters talk about how they're not adopting any more kids, but it's story related. Okay, so there's some new characters that I did not recognize, but it did not detract from the story over much. I was able to pick up enough, and honestly, I think I need to get back into reading Runaways. The artwork is really important to me when it comes to comics. Some people can overlook some art. Dan can overlook art really well. I'm not one of those people. So the artwork is really good. There's some what appear to be flashback scenes, which I don't recognize as anything. Obviously, it's been a while since I've read it, so it makes sense that I don't recognize the flashback scenes. So those were lost on me. There were a couple of significant events that I'm not going to show you that really did make me go gasp a little bit. So yeah, that was a good first run. I enjoyed it.
And we're back for another one.
Round 2.
Goddess of the Hunt. Read a book featuring an animal.
One would assume anthropomorphized.
Yes. All right. This one was a little bit more difficult to figure out, but I've chosen the most recent issue of Justice League.
Really?
Yes.
All right. Okay, Justice League number 55. Yeah.
Reading now, you go. You. Okay, so something with as rich a backstory and history as Justice League definitely should be checking the Wikipedia page before I start jumping into it blind. There's a lot going on that I don't understand. I don't know why Nightwing has a man bun, among other things. I didn't love this one. I will say, first of all, the artwork is good, but it's a little bit too high fantasy for me. Like, Justice League is not high fantasy and they're trying to be high fantasy, and I'm not really sure. And maybe it's story related. Maybe I'm missing something, like I said, from not having followed this. But I didn't love it. One thing that really frustrated me. This is the first time I've seen this, and it was kind of cute, but also kind of annoying. Apparently, there's this part of the comic that is actually not part of the story. It is merely a full-page Snickers ad with comics. Cute, but I don't want to be reading this in the middle of reading the rest of the story. So that was annoying. I probably wouldn't have minded this particular comic commercial as much as if it had been at the beginning or the end. So that was kind of annoying. The Detective Chimp story was very touching. It was a very small part of the story, but very touching. And the rest, I have a problem with DC Comics. Not all of them, but there is a problem I have, and that is that they tend to be really pretentious. Dan's coming back. Apparently, he's going to argue with me.
No, I'm not going to argue with you
pretentious.
because no, you're right. You are actually right
So
with
pretentious.
this. But the thing is,
no one understands my pain. You should have just left me where I was.
one thing I do have to jump in about this, right?
All right, go ahead.
And which is why you I probably shouldn't have picked this for you, but I just wanted you to read something that you'd be completely lost by. See, this is a tie-in to Dark Knight's death metal. So the world's different. That's why Nightwing looks like that. That's why some of the other
I'm not saying he looks bad. I like Nightwing in a man bun.
Yes, but he looks like a warrior of some kind rather than Nightwing, you know?
Yeah, it looks retrograde. It doesn't look futuristic.
Exactly. It's not supposed to. It's supposed to look, because
Okay.
this is a world shaped by the Batman who laughs.
It's pretty.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't assume something shaped by the Batman who laughs to be pretty. But, okay.
Yeah. So that's all I wanted to jump in to say. That's where I wanted to read her to read something that really would confuse her a lot.
I'm confused. I mean, I got some of it. There's definitely some information here that I can tell ties to a lot of other things. But yeah, it's just so pretentious. Oh my gosh. Even without this whole fantastical element. Oh. it's like...
Although I did really want you to read we're not the Justice League, we're the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Because I love that line in the book. That's the only thing I really liked about the issue. But
okay, and that's funny. It just, yeah, and you're not wrong. And I guess I'd have to know more about the Batman who laughs, because I figured it would just be chaotic and not, and like this scene, I have no idea what's going on here.
That's the Legion of Doom that they need to try to rescue.
All right. That made me happy.
Yeah.
I won't show you what, but that made me happy. Somebody got hit and they needed to be hit. It kind of reminds me of the Death of Superman. The same problem I had with that trade when I read it, because I didn't read it when they originally came out. Obviously, what year was that? The Death of Superman.
That was 93, 94.
Yeah, I didn't read that,
like that,
but I read the trade, and I had the same problem where it was just so pretentious.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of another word besides pretentious, but that's all I can really think
in
of.
defense of the Death of Superman,
Yeah.
the Death of Superman isn't the story. The story is what comes after, and you didn't get to what comes after.
Well, it was annoying to read.
I understand.
So I have the same problem with this. Totally same tone. This is mansplaining. That's exactly what this is. This is like colorful mansplaining.
How's that mansplaining?
I don't know how to explain it any better than that. It's just it's so. It's mansplaining.
On that note,
that's all I got from that one.
be sure to like and share.
Subscribe
to this video, our channel, and
let us know if you liked this video. Anytime we try something new, let us know if it's something that you guys enjoy.
Yes, be sure to comment on our videos.
Yeah.
Give us, tips. We're
Give us
still new. We've been doing this for about a year or so.
Yep.
But we're still new at this, and
by all means, tell us what to do.
We want guidance from
absolutely.
anyone we can take.
Looking forward to your comments, like and subscribe, and we will see you in the multiverse.
All right, we're back for another one.
Round 2. All right, pick another one. You put it back, didn't you?
I didn't put it back.
I put it back, didn't I? The same one.
All right, let's.
I'm
I'm sorry.
But that's something that can go in our credits because I've been putting deleted scenes in credits.
Okay.
So.